This video will show you how to make a zipper animation with clothes in Blender. Please watch it to the very end. When you open Blender, first press A then delete to delete everything. Press Shift to then go to Mesh and add a cube. Press Tab to go to the edit mode, then click on this Z to go to a top view. Come up here and click on this icon to turn on X-ray visibility, then select this face. Press E then 1 to extrude it by 1. Press S then 0.6 to scale it up by 0.6. Press E then 0.65 to extrude it here by 0.65. Press E again then 0.56 to extrude it up by 0.56. Press S then 1.32 to scale it up to this level. Now press E then 0.9 to extrude it by 0.9. Press E again then 0.6 to extrude it up by 0.6. Press S then 0.7 to scale it down by 0.7. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode, then click on this icon to turn off X-ray visibility. Come to the modifier properties, then click on Add Modifier and go to Generate, then add a bevel modifier. Reduce on this amount to 0.03, then increase these segments to 3. Click on this Z to go to the top view, then press G then Y then -2 to move it here by 2. Now press Shift D then Y then 4 to duplicate it here. Press R then 180 to rotate it by 180. Press Shift D to move it up to somewhere here. Now select this tooth, then come to the modifier properties and click on Add Modifier, then go to Generate and add an array modifier. Come here under Relative Offset, then change this X value to a -1. Reduce it until the teeth look even. In my case I'll use -1.8. Select this one too and come to the modifier properties, then click on Add Modifier and go to Generate, then add an array modifier. Come here under Relative Offset and increase this X value to a similar positive value as you used for the first tooth. Now select this first one and increase this count to about 40. Select this second one and increase this count to about 40 as well. Now press Shift to then go to Curve and add a path. Press S then 10 to scale it up by 10. Now press Tab to go to the edit mode. Click on this Z to go to a top view, then select this point and press E and extrude it here. Press Tab to go back to the object mode. Press G then Y then -2 to move it here along the Y. Press Shift D then Y then 4 to duplicate it along the Y by 4. Now press R then X then 180 to flip it along the X. Press G then Y then 2 to move it here along the Y. Select this teeth, then come to the modifier properties and click on Add Modifier, then go to Deform and add a curve modifier. Click on this eyedropper under Curve Object and select this curve. Now select this other teeth, then come back to the modifier properties and click on Add Modifier, then go to Deform and add a curve modifier. Click on this eyedropper under Curve Object and select this other curve. Now if you select this curve and hold Shift, then select this other curve and press G then X to move them along the X, you can see it coming out. So press Ctrl Z to take a step back. Select this teeth, then come back to the modifier properties and click on this icon to disable the viewport visibility of this modifier. Press Shift to then go to Mesh and add a plane. Press Tab to go to the edit mode, then click on this Z to go to the top view. Now press G to move it up to somewhere here. Press S then 20 to scale it up by 20. Press G then Y and move it up to somewhere here. Press S then X to scale it up to this level along the X. Select these vertices, then press G then X and move them up to somewhere here. Come to this side as well, then select these vertices, then press G then X and move them up to somewhere here. Now come to this side and press Ctrl R then 80, then right-click to subdivide it into 80 subdivisions. Come to this side as well, then press Ctrl R then 25, then right-click to subdivide it into 25 subdivisions. Press Tab to go to the object mode. Select this other teeth and come to the modifier properties, then click on this icon to deactivate the viewport visibility of this curve modifier. Now select this plane and press Tab to go back to the edit mode. Click on this Z to go to the top view, then press A to make sure everything is selected. Press Shift D then Y and duplicate it somewhere here along the Y. Zoom in closely, then press G then Y and make sure you move it up to somewhere here. Come to this edge, then press and hold Shift Alt, then click on these 4 edge loops one by one to select them. Come to the Object Data Properties and click on this plus icon on Vertex Group to add a vertex group. Click on Assign to assign this selection to this vertex group. Click on this plus icon again to add another vertex group to it. Select this vertex, then press and hold Ctrl+ to select this entire part of the plane. Come back to the Object Data Properties and click on Assign to assign the selection to this vertex group. Click on this plus icon again to add a third vertex group. Select this vertex, then press and hold Ctrl+ to select this entire part of the plane. Come to the Object Data Properties and click on Assign to assign the selection to this vertex group. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. For easy identification later, double-click on this first vertex group, then rename it as Cloth. Now go to the Modifier Properties and click on Add Modifier, then go to Deform and add a Curve modifier to it. Under Curve Object, click on this eyedropper, then select this first NURBS path curve. Under Vertex Group, select this first group. Click on Add Modifier again, then go to Deform and add a Curve modifier to it. Under Curve Object, click on this eyedropper, then select this second NURBS path curve. Under Vertex Group, select this second group. Now select these teeth, then come to the Modifier Properties and click on this icon to activate the viewport visibility of this curve modifier. Select these ones as well, then come to the Modifier Properties and click on this icon to activate the viewport visibility of this curve modifier. Now if you select these two curves and press G then X to move them along the X, you can see the effect starting to come out. Now select this plane and go to the Physics Properties, then click on Cloth to add a cloth physics. Now if you play it, you can see them falling down. So go back to the first frame, then come to the Physics Properties and scroll down to Shape, then click on this drop-down arrow to expand on it. Click here under Pin Group and select Cloth. Now if you play it, you can see that they are no longer falling. Now select these two NURBS path curves, then click on this icon to activate the auto keying button. Click on this Z to go to the top view and go to the first frame, then press G then X, then click to add a keyframe there. Go to frame 250, then press G then X and move it up to this point. Now if you play it, you can see it starting to come out. But on a closer look, you can see that the cloth is overlapping. To fix that, select this cloth and come back to the Physics Properties, then scroll down to Collisions, then click on this drop-down arrow to expand on it. Scroll down to Self Collisions, then click on this box to activate Self Collision. Now if you play it, you can see it starting to come out well. Come to the Modifier Properties, then click on Add Modifier and go to Generate, then add a Subdivision Surface Modifier. Increase these viewport levels to 2. Come back to the Physics Properties, then scroll down to Cache and click on this drop-down arrow to expand on it. Scroll down and click on Bake to bake the simulation. Now if you play it, you can see it coming out nicely. But if you take a closer look, you can notice that the cloth is going through the teeth, which is quite unreal. To fix that, press Tab to go to the Edit mode, then click on this Z to go to a top view. Press and hold Alt, then select this edge loop and go to the Object Data Properties, then select this cloth and click on Assign to assign it to this group. Press and hold Alt again, then select this edge loop and go to the Object Data Properties, then click on Assign to assign it to this group. Now press Tab to go back to the object mode. Come to the Physics Properties, then scroll down to Cache and click on Delete Bake to delete the bake. Click on Bake to bake the simulation again. Now if you play it, you can see that the problem is not yet solved. To solve it totally, select these teeth, then come to the Physics Properties and click on Collision to add a collision physics to them. Select these teeth as well, then come to the physics properties and click on collision to add a collision physics to them. Now select this cloth and scroll down to cache, then click on delete bake to delete the bake. Click on bake to bake the simulation. Now if you play it, you can see it coming out perfectly. And now we're done. You can now go ahead to work on your scene further in render. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial up to now, I really appreciate. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on our latest content. Also, let us know what you want us to teach you about Blender in the comments. I promise we'll make a video. Have fun animating. I sign out.